Breaking news, guys. Manscaped is now doing beard products. That's right. Manscaped plans to keep you well-groomed head to toe throughout 2023 with the brand new Beard Hedger Pro Kit. The Beard Hedger is the star of this package. Guys, it's waterproof, cordless, and the trimmer rotary wheel has 20 hair cutting lengths, all with one guard. So no more messy drawers full of add-ons. The Beard Hedger Pro Kit also comes with 4 dermatologist-tested formulations for your post-trim hygiene: beard shampoo and conditioner, beard oil, and beard balm. And that's not all. The Pro Beard Kit also comes with 3 free gifts: a beard brush, comb, and scissors to ensure your beard is ready to impress. Sculpt your beard this season to a championship level and tame your mane by going to manscaped.com. Guys, for 20% off plus free shipping, just use my promo code Chael or click on the link below. All right, let's break this down, guys. So, Francis Ngannou has the right to do what Francis wants to do, right? He has the right to make his moves. And I'm not right just because I don't like him. I could be right 2 years from now. 2 years from now, we'll be able to look back and know if they were the right moves, right? Sure, hindsight, okay. But there is some of it that confuses me. Some of where I just sit back, man, I don't get that. And I'm following the golden rule of life. I'm putting myself in somebody else's shoes. And imagine what I would do. It's the golden rule of life. Las Vegas happens to be the fight capital of the world. Fine. Maybe that changes things. But boy, if somebody came to West Lynn, if they contested a world championship in my weight class and they did that in West Lynn, over my dead body would I let that ride. Over my dead body would I possibly let 2 guys in my division come to my town where I live and fight for a title, and then I'm going to come out on Twitter and proclaim that it's still mine. My ego just wouldn't allow me to do that. Now, Francis has to stay topical, right? Francis going out and putting a tweet out to John. I think he called him Johnny Boy. Good job, Johnny Boy. I'm still the champ. It was something along these lines. He had to do something. I would not support that he just sit there and be quiet because that's a sportsman thing to do. But I will admit for you that I am a little bit confused by it. And then John fires back at him. Now, that fight's red hot. Stephen A. Smith called that fight the biggest thing that ever happened to the UFC. And this was almost 2 years ago that Stephen A. said this, but he said it. Might disagree with him then. I don't disagree with him now. I believe that Nate Diaz is most likely to fight in the UFC next. I bring Nate into it because Francis is in the same spot. I believe that Francis can come right back in. That's what a free agency is. But Nate Diaz came in from California, got a hotel, got a ride, came to the back gate, put in the front row and got put on camera. Francis lives 4 minutes from the arena and was nowhere seen. So it's a very fair comparison for me to make. And Jon Jones fires back at Francis and tells him he's a big old, and then used the P word. Jon Jones, when he came into this weight class, did not believe he was fighting Ciryl Gane. Just to remind you, let's tell the story the way the story happened, which people never like to do. Jon Jones came to the weight class. He didn't think he was going to get a kickboxer who'd never had a wrestling match for a world championship. He did not think he was going to get Stipe Miocic, the most successful heavyweight of all time. He thought he was going to get Francis Ngannou. John was nice enough about it. So look, I come to you with clean hands. I don't think I'm big enough for him, but give me just a minute. Let me put on some size, and then I'll see him soon. 100% what he did. He took the time, he put on some size, and he came to see him. And he wasn't there anymore. So then John took what was offered to him. And that's the way the story happened. I think that's still a very big fight. I think that Stephen A.'s words are still very real. But time is a ticking fast. And let me just provide a scenario for you. Jon Jones fights Stipe Miocic and Jon Jones loses. Let's just throw the scenario at you. Jon Jones versus Francis is now not the biggest fight that you could make. The world comes at you very fast. Things change very quick. Nobody's looking at someone to succeed. You rise them up so you can bring them down. It's what a fan does. That's why it's short for the word fanatic. It's not a great thing, but it is the way that it works. You will get behind Jon, and there's something about jumping on the bandwagon. There's something about being a front runner, and there's something that's red hot. But goddamn, if a guy named Sergey Pavlich came in and cleaned him up, you would forget about that, and you would be on the Sergey bandwagon, and then you'd be looking for the next guy to bring Sergey down. That's literally the psychology of a fan in every single sport. You have no idea how many people, their absolute favorite football player was Tom Brady. Absolute ever. He only retired a month ago. He's not their favorite player anymore. They have to transfer. Just because Tom Brady's time ended, the fans' time doesn't end. So you take that energy and you transfer it somewhere else. It's a very interesting suggestion. I mean, what is Jon Jones supposed to do? He has pride. He has an ego. Jon Jones wants to be known as the best. That really matters to him. The way you think of him, even in your private, it really matters to him. And I think that got put on display the most when Khabib retired and in the ring asked the rankings committee, put me number 1 pound for pound. It might have seemed like a simple request by Khabib. And on your way out the door, right, this is on the heels of an announcement. One of the biggest stars in the history of sports announced that he's going to retire. We thought he was going to go to 30-0. He put the brakes on at 29-0. This is going to be the headlines, but he didn't stop there. He asked them to put him at number 1. It mattered to him. And Jon came out publicly and refuted it. Jon was the number 1. Jon refuted it. Jon said, man, you got a great career. You got a great record. You are not number 1. And that committee better not say that you are. It was a big deal. I remember seeing that go, wow, this really matters to these guys. This is a passionate thing. I loved it. I love seeing that Khabib wanted that. I love seeing that Jon wasn't going to let it go. Not even out of politeness. So now you have a guy who's questioning Jon. Jon's looking around going, man, I'm right here. I'm right here, right where I said I would be. 3 years ago, I told the world I was coming for you. And I came, and you're not here. And I not only came, I came to your hometown, 3 miles from where you live. And you are not here. But I am. It's a big deal. It's a big deal to me. If I put myself in those shoes, believe if I'm out there talking, I'm telling the world, ain't nobody coming to West Lynn. Not on my watch.